Hi friends, and welcome back to AmandaMuse. We're going to be getting a little casual today. I am feeling casual. It's an overcast Sunday, and I have been seeing a bunch of these storytime videos going around, and I was like, why don't we do a little storytime? Let's do it. So I threw a question out on Facebook, which by the way, the link to my Facebook is below. Go like that page if you would like to be notified of these kinds of requests, and then maybe I could use your suggestion in the next storytime video. So, there was a bunch of cool ideas floating around, but I thought I would go with the history of my life as a dancer video for today, because I know I've talked about it before, and I just love it, so why not, right? I'm referring to about, how many years was it? 2 to 3 years. I could be off, but I think it was about that, where I was taking ballroom dancing lessons. I was with the Arthur Murray Studios in Vancouver, BC, which I highly recommend. And I was taking, so we did waltz and tango and Argentine tango and foxtrot and samba and rumba and, am I missing one? I think that's it. Oh, cha-cha, obviously. How could I forget the frickin' cha-cha? Hello. Ooh, and then swing. Oh, that's really fun, swing. So it's like a bunch of variety of styles. And I loved it so much. I spent like all my money on dance, and I met a bunch of friends through dance, and I'm still friends with them today, and it was just such an amazing experience. I had moved to Vancouver because Dean had a job overseas, and Vancouver was a great like landing pad for us. So I worked the usual 9 to 5 as I was an administration manager for this insurance company, and Dean was working overseas, and so I had a lot of free time. We did not have children, we were not married, and I was young. I was like, I need to make some friends. And if you've ever lived in a big city, it can be very anonymous and really difficult to meet people. This was a bunch of years ago, so the timing might be off, but I think it was about a year into my experience as a British Columbian, and I was pretty done with feeling super lonely and having like no plans all the time. And I didn't really want to go out and drink with my coworkers because I was in a leadership position, and I didn't think that that was wise professionally, if you catch my drift. So I just wanted to meet people in a social setting and have some fun. I somehow picked up a Yellow Pages, and I was flipping through the Yellow Pages, and I saw these articles for dance lessons, and I was like, I really want to take dance lessons, but I don't have a partner, and that sucks. So like, what am I gonna do? And even if I had a partner, quite frankly, I am a naturally good dancer. It sounds really weird to give yourself a compliment, but I am. I can pick up choreography really quickly, and that's probably related to my background. So when I was a kid, I did gymnastics, and then I think when I was like about 10, I joined just like a very community center ballet class, and I followed this one ballet teacher kind of around wherever she was offering classes, and I probably danced with her till I was like 15. And I mean, nothing extreme. I wasn't like some prima ballerina or anything. It was like the one Wednesday evening class, and then I helped teach the little girls. So I was like a teacher's helper for the 2 to 4 year olds. Oh my God, they were so cute. And it was just really nice. I really felt like I enjoyed it. I got a lot of happiness out of, you know, the end of year recitals when you would get dressed up and all of those things. And then I also did cheerleading. So when you think cheerleading, we're not talking like, you know, the professional cheerleading, although I did do that, I'll get to that in a second, but I was doing like when I was about 13, 14, I was with a cheer company that like went to football games, and it was more of an athletic cheerleading. So we're talking like basket tosses and splits and cartwheels and backflips and that kind of stuff. And we ended up going to competition, like twice, like each year there was a competition. And one year we won gold, and it was amazing. And it was so good. And I got so much enjoyment out of choreography and that team atmosphere, even though I was really shy as a teenager, and I didn't make too many friends from cheerleading. I still had a really good time doing it. When I moved to Toronto, I was with the Toronto Argonauts, and I was a cheerleader for 2 years with them, and that was super fun. And again, choreography, the team atmosphere, and of course the dressing up and putting on a show, and I just love that element of performance, right? Sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit, but basically by the time I got to Vancouver, I was done with the cheerleading. Like, I looked into cheering for BC Lions, but I just kind of felt like that ship had sailed. I really wasn't into the party scene of that. Not that you have to be if you do that, but I wasn't really into that kind of dancing anymore, and I really wanted to challenge myself with something new. And at the time I was seeing advertisements for ballroom dancing, and I was really excited about it. but nervous because I didn't know what to expect, and also I didn't have a partner. With Dean having a job that kept him overseas a lot of the time, I mean, I couldn't count on him, and also it wasn't his bag. And I was like, that's fine, I want to do my own thing. I called the studio and I basically said, hey, I have some dance background and I would love to try ballroom dancing. I don't have a partner. Is there a way that I can take lessons? And like, how does this all work? And the long story short, the way that Arthur Murray was, maybe still is you get partnered up with an instructor. And so you go to, like, let's say a weekly lesson. And then with that, you can attend these parties. And those are like, I think they were twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, where you go in the evenings for maybe a block of 2 hours and they play all sorts of different style of music, and you, along with all the other students and all of the instructors, usually, will do all of these dances. So that is more like a freestyle. So if it's a cha-cha, you pick a partner and you cha-cha. All the different levels from beginner to advanced. And then like every holiday or season or whatever, they'd have like a little celebration, and everyone, like for Halloween, you'd all like put your Halloween costumes on and then go dancing. I think it was once a year they had like the big performance where you would have a choreographed dance that you had worked on with your instructor or your partner, and you would perform this for everybody at like a gala kind of thing. And then they would have like a smaller scale one in the spring or whatever. It was basically the most fun you could have with your clothes on. I am not even kidding, like for real. If you dance, it is just like the best, okay? Here you have grown people, all of us enjoying this passion for dance. You get to dress up, wear fake lashes, glitz, the sparkles, the outfits, the shoes, like, don't even. And my instructor was this young guy, and I thought, what am I getting into? Little did I know he was actually the owner of the studios. There was the owners, a husband and wife team. It was their son, and he was an exceptional, and is still an exceptional dancer and singer, I might add. I'm gonna add his YouTube channel below. He doesn't know I am giving him a shout out, so if you do go to his channel, tell him that you know his old dance student, AmandaMuse. So anyways, what I loved about dancing with him, and really all of the instructors, was that they were so good that they really pushed you to a level that you didn't know you could maybe do, or tried new things with you and really pushed you out of your comfort zone. And I just think any type of hobby that will do that is exceptional. And you can have so much personal growth. And I met amazing people, like one of my dear friends who originates from South Africa. I met her there. I have a friend who lives in Edmonton now. I met her there. Like all of these amazing people I met because of dance. And it was interesting because there was like the under 30s who were, most of us, kind of single or had extra funds to put towards this hobby, or there were like the over 40s whose children were not so high maintenance, because when they're this age, like I can barely shower by myself, let alone go to a dance studio, But it was like the over 40s who, again, their kids had grown up and now they had extra funds for dance. So it was a really fun mix and just really good people. And it wasn't about drinking, like there was no alcohol. It was really just about dance. And I freaking loved it. You would find me at the studio at least twice a week. Now I will add, probably like tennis and various other sports, it is not a cheap hobby. Like it cost me a lot of money, but I did not mind putting my money into this because I got so much enjoyment out of it and it was so damn fun, like for real. The other thing I loved about it so much is that it allowed me an opportunity to just let go. Because when you are the female role in the dance routine thing, the male tends to lead you, and they're the ones who will like tell you the way that they move their hand, you'll know which way to turn, or if they kind of touch your back, you'll know which way to spin or whatever. And so what I loved about it so much, it was like such an opportunity for me to just not think. I just let go, and I trusted the person who I was dancing with, and I trusted my own abilities, and I just had a goddamn blast. It was so freaking fun. I still talk to Dean all the time about how like once the kids get a little bit older, I really want to get back into dance in some shape or form. Anyway, I think I have rambled on enough about my love of dance. So I want to know, have you ever ballroom danced? If you have, what was your favorite style? I think my favorite style was Argentine tango because it really, you didn't know what was coming next. Your partner, your lead decided on a whim, and it was like you were in their control, and I just loved it. All right, so that's it for my first storytime video. I hope you enjoyed this. Kind of fun to just go back a little bit and remember something I loved so much, and I hope you got a kick out of some of the photos. So guys, keep it real, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.